You successfully used the singularity box to calculate the math for a wormhole, narrowly escaping the fractured, impossible geometry that had swallowed the mall and the horde of plant doppelgangers overrunning the school parking lot. You safely blipped back into your underground bunker inside of Samir's bumper car, Baby Girl, which continued to blast Bad Bunny and communicate exclusively in his lyrics. However, you brought a piece of the nightmare back with you. A severed plant mimic head had hitched a ride on the car and was actively broadcasting your location to the alien hive mind. After the decontamination protocols failed to contain its thrashing, Amara panicked, doused the horrific remnant in rocket fuel, and burned it to a crisp, destroying your containment equipment but successfully killing the beacon. In the quiet, ozone-scented aftermath of that fire, the three of you took a desperate moment for rest and care. You shared your deepest secrets, clearing your emotional burdens, gaining mechanically above table major advancements, and minor ones for being there for each other, and finding the strength you needed in each other. Using the club's extensive surveillance network, Amara then discovered a terrifying truth. The prismatic, recursive expansion of the mall had paused the exact moment you crossed the school's threshold with the singularity box, the threshold that was around the principal's office. The triumvirate of the void, as Amara somehow realizes after connecting up so much, is a reasonable way to refer to them. They're holding the town hostage, freezing everyone, including Samir's brother Sadiq, Polly's driver Mr. Chauffeur, and G, the arcade manager, most worryingly of all because he is an alum of the Rocket Club, while plant mimics grow to replace them. Even worse, you heard the screams of the other 5 Rocket Club members echoing from seemingly somewhere within the impossible geometry of the mall. Now, knowing the triumvirate would eventually come for the singularity box, you decided to take the fight to them. You initiated a massive rocket surgery effort of a sort. Amara engineering a harmonic resonance device, Samir working to expand the wormhole's core defense, and Polly strategizing the rescue mission while packing your stylish supplies. This wasn't formal rocket surgery. You all rolled for this separately, but it's in the spirit of that same kind of communal work. To control the battlefield, you sent Baby Girl out the secret tunnel into the arcade and through a blaring dance party. You actually ran that through the, if I'm remembering correctly, through the audio system of the space itself, successfully drawing the hive mind's attention. As Amara took to the sky with her drones, Amara, you watched a veritable army of plant doppelgangers coalesce around the building surrounding you. The floral mimics of G split apart as they faced Samir and Polly, and Sadiq climbed up a ladder, essentially a pile of other plant mimics to reach you, Amara, in the sky. They each held out their hands in a mockery of peace, smiling at you with dead eyes, refusing to let them touch you any more than one did in one moment of quick violence when it seemed that Polly may not comply. You followed their lead. You marched through the streets, escorted by a procession of plant doppelgangers that eerily mimicked your every dance move. Yes, I did say dance move, because you did dance your way across the town to the mall, to what else? The beautiful, life-affirming music of Bad Bunny. And that's where we find ourselves right now. You are reaching the mall at the end of that process, finding yourself face-to-face with the impossible MC Escher-like landscape of the void. You are armed, you are together, and you are stepping into the unknown to save your friends. What do you do?
Yeah, the two of you go first, please.
I don't know. There's so many things I could do.
We're following the plan, right? That's what we're doing. We're gonna let them take us to their ship or wherever. We're gonna blow it up.
We are there now.
Okay. So
Yeah, we're there now. What do we do?
is there a hive mind? Like, are they trying to do something?
Yeah.
to us?
What do we see? What do we see? Would be a good question, I think.
So it depends on where you look. But what I will say as a reminder is that you
do have
are wearing those glasses. Yeah.
The LiDAR glasses.
So
yeah.
You're not feeling nauseous. You're not getting a headache. It still doesn't make sense what you're looking at, really, like in any way that conforms with what would have been your previous understanding of reality before this entered your lives. But you are able to look, and you are able to see these impossible geometries folding in on themselves, coalescing, multiplying, fractaling, undulating. It is living and breathing, as far as you can tell, or moving in a way that reminds you of breathing is maybe a more correct and likely accurate way to describe that. It is being held, and at the edges of it, you can feel a tension to that holding in what you see. It seems fit to burst. You get the sense that when those holding it back choose to let it go, the exponential spread may be quite a bit faster than what was happening before it was held back. It may, as far as you know, even make up for lost time. Everything that would have happened in the intervening hours since then may happen in an instant. Don't know how far that will reach or what that may mean for everyone currently outside of its reach. You are currently just outside of its reach. You have not stepped into this impossible geometry yet. You are surrounded by your escorts of plant mimics. If you look away from the mall off to the side, will see the denizens of the town, slack-jawed, standing stock still, staring not at you, but past you, at the Void Mall itself. In the Void Mall itself, if you listen, without needing a roll, you will hear what sounds to you like an indistinct set of voices. Are they screaming? Are they laughing? Are they chatting? That would seem to you as though they could be the voices of the other members of the Rocket Club.
That is what
You still haven't seen the other, you still haven't seen the other alums of the Rocket Club. You haven't, other than G, the other ones who are in town, because there are obviously a number of them. You have not seen them at all. But you are hearing the sounds of your other current members echoing through the funhouse of this Void Mall ahead of you.
What do our escorts seem like they're doing now that they've led us here? Do they look like they're intent on following us, or do they just they go passive as well?
You are near the Void Mall. Do you, once you come to a stop, what would your body language say as a story? Do you face it? Do you face away? Do you do anything that seems as though you may turn in a different direction? Do you step toward the mall?
I mean, especially for someone who felt so out of place and so alone when she found the Rocket Club. That was a bit of a revelation for her. And so when she hears those friends further in, I think even though she is like shaking, I think the first knee-jerk reaction would be reaching out towards the mall and just like floating a little bit forward, but then looking back down to Polly and Samir.
As you float forward before Polly and Samir have an opportunity to react, the pile of plant mimics that have been escorting you begin to disassemble, dropping piece by piece, person by person, further down the line. You'll note that it doesn't seem to have anything to do with how people would potentially decouple themselves from this situation. You don't have you don't have Sadiq at the top, or Sadiq's plant double, crawling down first and then the next and then the next. It's decoupling from the base. So the base is removing themselves. The ones above them are being dropped down. It seems effortless. But Sadiq's plant double is receding from you as you get closer to the mall.
I will, seeing this, I think Amara's eyes just open wide and her fingers go towards the activation of the harmonic resonator poison synthwave. But she will look down to Polly and Samir again. Just, what do we do?
I don't know. Do we keep waiting?
I think we have to go in now. The others are in there, and I don't know what's happening to them.
Then we go in. The only way to do this is from the inside, so we go in.
Okay. Samir, are you in contact with baby girl?
Yes. I think so. Yes, I am. Yeah, I mean.
Then I think
there's no reason on my side you wouldn't be able to be. So it's up to you.
Okay.
I think she floats down towards you two, and she just drops down the last couple of centimeters down, and she looks up at you both, and she'd just be like, because you are taller, and she do I activate the poison synthwave now before we go in? It might at least there won't be.
We have to do it inside. We have to.
But we don't. At least from the LiDAR glasses, I don't see anything organic in there, and that was the thing. I created this to affect only organic matter, and that was specifically cellulose based.
I'm not sure, Amara. I don't know how this works as much as you do.
Samir,
we go in, we figure it out. It's if we hear voices coming from inside, that means that there's probably something else in there that our radar is not scanning. So.
Okay.
Question: when you land and you turn toward them, do you turn your back toward the mall?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'd be I'd be turned more towards them than the mall, but yeah, not
You
back directly to it.
You feel your plant escorts slightly move in towards you, but not very much as you do that. When you stop, they stop. And they're faces are blanks to you other than their swirling, undulating plant eyes fixed on the three of you. You hear the sound come out from the mall as you sit in this moment. Three voices in one. We have returned. We are the cure. Submit and enter. And the two of you that are fully facing the mall see an opening invite you in. The opening still doesn't quite make sense in the way that all of this doesn't quite make sense. It almost feels as though it is opening inward and outward at the same time. But it is clearly communicating to you this is a passageway that is being opened for you. Amara, you hear a sound to your right. Do you look?
Yeah.
Eyes glazed over, shambling gait. You see Sadiq. Not Sadiq's mimic. Sadiq. Approaching you. And when Sadiq is near the three of you, you see the glaze in his eyes clear, and he returns to himself in this moment, emerging as though from inside his own body, diving outward through his eyes, smashing into his face, reaching this reality from wherever he was presumably being held. What are you doing here? And that's not to you, Amara. That's to you, Samir.
What do you mean? We're here to help.
I didn't want... I don't really understand what's happening, but I don't want you to get hurt.
Well, I mean, I didn't want you to get hurt, but here we are.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't want to worry you. Are you going to go? I don't know that you should do what they want you to do.
What?
Are you sure?
We don't even know what they want us to do yet. It's very vague.
Well, they want you to go. They want you to go inside. Look, I was here when your friends went in, and they said that there was a plan or something. They couldn't find the three of you. I don't know what was happening. It's your life, right? I'm not trying to put myself in the middle of things. They didn't come back out, and then things got worse. And what if you don't come back out, Samir? I don't know that I'm going to be able to... Is
this actually Sadiq, or is this...
As far as you can tell, yes. This is his body, right? If you suspect it might not be Sadiq talking, you can try to roll about it. You'd have to describe to me what you're trying to do here. Yeah.
I am trying to do something else. As soon as Sadiq, as soon as OG Sadiq started walking up to us, I think Amara would have definitely started scanning him immediately. And what I am trying to do is hopefully catch the moment where the control faded and he came back. And she's trying to understand what is happening in that moment.
Perfect. Let's roll about it. So you would be doing this with design, I would imagine. Yeah. Is that accurate? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And remind me, you have how much in design?
2.
Great. I don't think anybody's helping you with this simply because it seems that you're doing this somewhat surreptitiously. So go ahead and roll 3d6 and let's see where that lands if you need your 2 rerolls.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Maybe not.
I mean, so that's a 5, and a 1.
That's really great. Do you want to try to go for a triple? 1 is fear.
What?
If you went for a 5, you'd get thrill, and you'd be able to get a flashback if you want one.
Ooh, I mean, I'm definitely going to try to reroll that 1 dice.
Cool. Let's go for it.
I have 2 rerolls, right?
2. So if you don't get a 5 on the first, you can try again.
All right. First one. That's a 4. Fuck.
Close.
Come on. No.
What did it end up being?
It ended up being a 3.
Okay, so that is anger. Is anger a question or an impulse for you?
It's an impulse.
Are you thinking about embracing that impulse?
It depends on if I can get an interesting response to what is happening with Siddiq.
So that I know, what is the impulse for anger?
Take something apart.
Okay. So you fully succeeded, and the side effect is that you get to learn something. So you are able to capture a significant amount of data on this transition specifically, right? From this state of control to the state in which you experience Siddiq collectively now. Learn something. You get to ask the guide one of the following questions or something similar about your immediate situation. What has been hidden or overlooked? How is this person vulnerable? What is the biggest threat right now? What is my best path forward? What is the best escape route? What would you like to ask?
Guys. What do you think? Because I have 2 strong contenders. One is hidden and overlooked.
Yeah.
And second would be best path forward.
I like the sound of best path forward, honestly, because I think some clarity is probably necessary.
Fair. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve?
As you all are welcome to ask anything you'd like. I will say you are specifically trying to figure out what's happening with Siddiq. And one of the questions is, how is this person vulnerable? And you can also adjust the questions a little bit more. So not putting a thumb on the scale, just want to make sure to highlight that. Steve?
Yeah, I think it depends on whether or not this is actually Siddiq, right? Because I still feel like this is the entity, whatever, pretending that Siddiq has regained control. That's what my assumption is as Steve, not as Samir. So
Sure.
If the first response, like the first result gives us actual clarity that this is actually Siddiq, then we don't need to know his vulnerability because it's actually him and we're not trying to exploit him. That's how I see it anyway.
Okay. Ultimately, though, since this was your role, Audi, this is up to you.
I'm going to. My question is, can I replicate the loss of control and can I amplify it?
Okay. So the focus being on the loss of control itself.
Loss of control over the people or the triumvirate.
100%. Yeah, no, I follow. You have all the data you need to recreate the dynamic that you just saw occur. Now, the way it functioned was from a place of power over this. So you get the sense that while you understand how to do that, you need to be connected up with the thing that's doing it, right? So like you could try potentially to study that information and reverse engineer something that would cancel it out, right? Without having to connect up with what's controlling it, but that would take more time for you to do, right? You would
here.
need this specific from here. You could do it.
Here.
Yeah, the genius that you are confident that with the data you have, you could figure out essentially its inverse or its opposite, right? You could find out something. You could figure out something that you could throw at it, right? Amplified enough, potentially. You don't know yet how much power you might need for that. Maybe more than what you have on you. You might have to figure something out with that. You could do that and essentially jam the signal, right? But that will take more time and effort and potentially draw more attention because you're obviously going to be working on something. Whereas if you can find your way to wherever this signal is originating, you would need to interface with that. But if you do, then you could turn it off. You know enough about this off of what you've received already that you feel confident about making it do what it just did with Sadiq.
I will. I think I'm going to kind of just look at Siddiq like I've never kind of seen him before, and just and then turn to the others. I think I know what to do. I think I could try and replicate this. I can get all of the town out of their control, and whatever it needs to be done, it needs to be done inside. I think we need to go.
Okay.
You're a genius. Let's go. Let's go inside.
I have a question first. Are our plant escorts still around?
They are. They're not
So
terribly
what
far away
happened to
from you.
Sadiq, to plant Sadiq, when this Sadiq came back into control?
You look over the shoulder of this Sadiq, and you see that Plant Sadiq is standing stock still, staring in the direction of its double. If you want more information, I would love to give it to you. I will need you to roll about it, if that is okay.
Okay, yeah, fair. I'm gonna turn to Sadiq first and be like, and ask him, how did you escape this effect on you? Did you do it yourself? Do you think you have control over it and you'll be able to throw it off again if needed, or is this something that you do not have control over?
I don't have any control, Samir. I don't know why I am here right now. Samir, it's beautiful and terrible, and brother, we are so small. We're so small, and I don't know what we can do in the face of this but comply. I can't get myself out of this. The second they want to pull me back, I can't help but go. And he leans in a little closer to you and he says, I think the scariest part for me, I think it's that I want to go back. It's so scary, but it is like nothing I've ever seen before. Samir, I want you to see it. I think you'd like it.
Okay, that's not dangerous or terrifying or worrying at all. Absolutely not. It's okay, Samir. No, I'm Samir. It's okay, Sadiq. We will figure out a way to get you out of this. In the meantime, I'm going to walk over to Plant Samir and I'm going to grab it by the shoulder. I'm going to turn to regular Samir. Do you feel this? I'm going to try to shake it.
You see that regular Samir twitches slightly. I don't know. I feel it and I don't feel it. It's like a phantom limb. It's like it feels like something is supposed to be there. I almost feel it, and I feel like I can't. Does that make sense?
It does,
Samir,
but it's also fucked because we kind of burnt one of the heads. So,
Sameer, we have no way of knowing if this is even actually Siddiq. This could just be one of their tricks to get us to I don't know, join them or something.
No, but this Siddiq does not want me to go in. If it was them, wouldn't they be insisting that I go in?
No, he just said he wants you to experience this.
True, but before that he said that he doesn't want us to go in because that's what the creature, whatever the thing, entity, whatever wants us to do. So I don't know.
Polly, you're so smart.
Tell me something.
You've always
I don't
been
know.
so smart. What do you think is right to do here, now?
This is Siddiq asking me?
It's Siddiq asking you.
I don't have to tell you anything.
You don't.
My mom is a journalist, and the first thing she taught me was never talk to the cops.
Siddiq's not a cop.
You don't know that.
You're probably right that you shouldn't say anything to me because I don't know if they're listening. So don't tell me your plan. But can I ask you something that you probably thought of already because you're so smart?
Your tone seems a little patronizing, but sure. Siddiq, if that is your real name.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard day. If they can hear you through me, don't you think that they can hear you through them? Pointing out at the plant mimics who came here with you.
They probably do know what we're trying to do.
Can I also just wander over to this Siddiq plant clone? And she's going to hesitantly, raise a hand, almost as if to touch it, but then she actually reaches forward and pinches its arm. What happens with Siddiq?
Siddiq doesn't move as though pinched, but the arm that would mirror it, you see him just almost unconsciously rub a spot on it while he's talking. May not even, as far as you can tell, be aware of why he's doing it. I think they know everything. I think the plan your friends came up with, whatever it was, they knew about that too. And now your friends are stuck in there. I'm going to turn over to you, Amara. And we're going to use a mechanic related to crushes and rivals, since Siddiq is your crush, mechanically speaking, called Truth or Dare. When a player character is involved in a scene with their crush or rival, the guide can offer a truth or dare. The crush or rival either asks the player character a question or urges them to action. Each crush or rival may do this once per session. I'm going to let
Okay.
you decide if Sadiq in this moment asks you a question, probably something the player would rather not tell the truth about, or urges you to do something. This can be a favor they ask, or another call to action. Typically, it's only rivals that could offer a challenge. Under the circumstances, it's not impossible that the favor asked could feel a bit like a challenge. What do you prefer, truth or dare?
I think Amara has been told enough what to do in her life. She wants a question.
Okay. Why do you want to stop something, Amara? Sorry, 1 second.
Noise?
Yeah, it's a noise. You can hear that, right?
Mm.
Let me hold and I'll do it clean after it's done. I'm sorry about that. It's a fax machine of all things.
You have a fax machine?
It's a printer that has a fax machine built into it, and clearly is a spam. No, it's a spam number, right? Like they randomly call the number, and then it rarely happens. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. All
right. So, Sadiq turns his gaze fully to you, Amara, and asks, why do you want to stop something that you do not yet understand? Are you not curious about the infinite possibilities this can offer all of us?
No, I know. I think there's one thing that, first of all, Amara realizes in this moment. After, some revelations that have come, I think this is something that Amara suddenly realizes. She had a crush on Siddiq to be normal. And she just kind of, what? No, she will, I think, just kind of laugh, cry, and sob, and just kind of blurt out, "You fool! Curiosity does not begin with experience. It begins with the root of understanding. If you don't know how something works, you take it apart and you question everything. That's how you understand something. That's how you satisfy curiosity."
And he walks closer to you, quite a bit taller than you, looking down at you. His arm extends to your shoulder, and you feel a second hand from behind you touch that same shoulder as the plant Sadiq moves in parallel with him. His eyes glaze over as he says to you, "It will take you apart." Submit.
Yeah, I think.
See, I told you.
I think. Wait. What is poly? What is poly? What?
See, I told you. I told you he's actually not like himself.
Yeah, I think I will at that point. I'm just going to shout out to Samir. Baby girl, here now, and she is going to whip out the harmonic resonator,
Wait, what?
and
We're not inside yet.
yeah, she's just going to take it out. She's not going to use it. She's having it ready, but she's going to use the bulk of it because it is a pretty big, bulky thing to kind of knock plant Siddiq and run back towards the two of you. And while running, yelling at Samir to call baby girl now.
We need to get inside.
Yeah, we're going to use the car to get inside because it has its defensive field.
That's fair, actually. That's fair.
Yeah, defensive field, etc., etc. Come on, guys. Keep in the program.
As all of that happens, do you call baby girl over, Samir?
Do I get away from the two?
I'll fully resolve that in a second. I just want to be able to do multiple things at once. So I need to know what the three of you are doing simultaneously. Yeah, fair. I just need to know what the three of you are doing simultaneously. So my first question is, Samir, do you call baby girl to you?
I don't. Sure. Yeah, I do it. Yeah.
No, do you have something else you want to do?
No, I'm just confused because why do we need the car to get in when we were already invited in anyway? So
because the car has the defensive field which the singularity can use to give us some protection from whatever is happening inside the thing that has already happened to our friends.
We already have the visors for the protection, right?
That's for vision. The car is its own field,
Okay, but we are already protected because of the what's it called, the wormhole thing. That's what's giving us protection from the mind control stuff, right? So that's why we're not plants. Because we set up the car to use that to
exit.
No, wait. We had two things set up, right? One was the brain. One was the collagen thing that you were doing. The other thing was me trying to cover the entire Earth with the singularity field, right? Those are the two things. So the car and the car is there only as a getaway vehicle.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood your shield thing. Okay.
No, the shield was as like a protection field around the entire Earth. Think of like what Tony Stark wanted to do with Ultron, right? That's what. That's like a shimmering protective layer that we're going to use the fucking farmers market as a satellite to cover the Earth. That was the plan, no?
And the idea, if I understood it correctly. If I understood the complementary ideas correctly above table, I think what I heard you all say was you're going to try to contain this situation and then essentially, I would imagine, eject it or something out of where that protective force field is, use the floating farmers market to set up this protective field so it can't get back in, essentially, right? And then, baby girl is a break glass in case of emergency getaway vehicle. I think as you're discussing this possibility for baby girl, you hear in the distance, "Yo hago lo que me dé la gana," which translates to "I do what I want."
Damn. Baby girl got sass.
Yeah. Now, Polly, what do you do in this moment?
I have realized that these two are really too attached to Siddiq sexually, and I am going to grab both their arms and start walking towards the entrance.
I love that. By the way, as a note, you did answer honestly the question, Amara. So you mark an experience for doing so in that truth or dare. And you, I believe, also embraced your impulse. So you mark an experience for that as well. So you collectively mark 2 experiences.
Yeah, okay, everyone just level up a second time. Why not?
Yeah, it's all right. Y'all are very powerful.
Power gamers.
Yeah. No, you as individuals are power gamers, but also your characters are powerful people. As you pull them away, Polly, you see in lockstep Sadiq and the plant Sadiq move to watch the 2 of you, arm still outstretched for both of them, letting them go as you are moving closer to the Void Maul. And they cock their head to the side, and the actual Sadiq, eyes glazed over, smiles with the same mockery that the plant Sadiq smiles with eyes kaleidoscoping as they watch you walk away toward the Void Maul itself. You hear at the same moment, "You will be perfected," echo not outside of you, but right here. In your ears, in your mind. It isn't.
I'm already perfect.
I love that you say that out loud. You catch the quickest glimpse of a quizzical look on the face of Plant Sadiq and actual Sadiq in turn. And you're free to walk toward the opening into the Void Maul if you all would like. If you want to do anything else on the way, let me know.
Yeah, okay. Sure, but what in the Dragon Ball Z, the perfect cell? Okay, fuck. Never mind. Okay, we're going in.
I think you mean what in the famous classic anime?
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck yeah. What in the famous classic anime with ideas of perfection from the time traveling alien? Yes.
Yes. I will say, as you're entering, you can roll about a couple things if you want. You don't have to. But you've received a lot of information. You're smart kids. You can be processing that information, trying to understand more about it. Additionally, you're entering a space entirely unlike any you have ever encountered in your lives. You are taking in a lot of information from just being in the presence of that. You can try to engage with that information, and you can roll about that as well.
Forever ruined acid for all 3 kids, because no acid trip is going to compare to this.
I do not want to try to take in that information, except for just trying to keep my eyes and ears out for our fellow rocket clubbers.
Perfect. I will resolve that in a moment. What about Amara and Samir?
I mean, one hand is still in Polly's hand, and the other one has fumbled for her sling bag, and she's
Polly's
taken out.
definitely. Sorry, finish. No, finish. I'll interject later.
So, and she takes out a Starfleet comm badge, replica, and she pins it to her, t-shirt. And then she will, gulp and walk further in.
But Polly has started to realize that she is holding Amara's hand and is blushing a little bit.
Amir is too locked into focus this gay panic that is happening, and he's just focused on getting the shit sorted and freeing his brother. That's his focus right now.
100%. As you cross the threshold, you feel something similar to what you felt crossing the threshold of the principal's office, with the singularity in a box in hand. You have every reason to believe that you are now within the same sort of field that was around that office as you step into the Void Mall. You, Holly, are listening for any indication of your friends, and you hear it. At first, you hear it in a direction that you would identify as to your left, and you turn that way, and you hear it behind you, and you turn toward that, and you hear it up, and then it's down, and then it's around you, and it's in multiple spots at once. Any direction in which you look feels like a mirror facing a mirror, facing a mirror, facing a mirror, but not just concentrically. It's as though those concentric iterations multiply and move or superposition so that they exist in more than one point in space and time at once. You see reflections of yourselves moving through this space at different positions in your movement at the same time. So you see what you are experiencing in this moment in parallel, but you also see what just happened 1 second and 2 seconds and 3 seconds ago. And you see what might happen 1 second and 2 seconds and 3 seconds from now. And that is
Adi, can you just mute your spoon hitting utensil is making a ting.
So sorry.
No worries.
Yeah.
That is a constant as you walk through this space. What do you do?
I mean, I don't know if my 14-year-old brain is enough. Its 14-year-old TikToker brain can comprehend this right now. There's weird time nonsense. I think Polly will start to get a little disoriented and shaken. Like they're everywhere, and I don't understand what's happening. I mean, like time is so weird here.
Did Polly have her phone out? Was she recording?
I think no, because she was holding two people with two hands, so her phone is in her pocket.
Copy. Okay. Good to know. Samir, Amara, what do you do?
Samir, go first.
I think just what I'm kind of like trying to figure out is like a lot of what we are seeing and what we are experiencing has been dulled down because of the eyewear that we have on, right? So this is not, this is like a possibility that is not everything in its full whatever. So I'm going to kind of like, you know how you adjust your glasses sometimes? I'm going to try to do that, but like very quickly, just go up to my forehead, bring them back down immediately, see if like how bad it actually is, just to like get the scale of this. It's a very bad idea, but I don't know.
I love it. I love bad ideas. Let's roll about it. You're doing this quickly, so I would like for this to be a propulsion roll, unless you have a very compelling argument for a different kind of roll. What do you have? What do you have in propulsion?
I have a 0, most likely. Let me just confirm.
Sure.
Come on. Yeah, it's a 0. Let's do this. Fuck it. If I die, I die, right?
I will say, if your friends want to help you in this moment, even though you're doing this quickly and surreptitiously. I think the three of you are pretty locked in. You know each other really well. I'll buy a pitch. Just tell me what you're doing to help. I do want to remind you that if you do help, you do risk the same consequences, right? But maybe there won't be any consequences because you helped. So it sounds like, Amara, you're going to help. What are you going to do?
What is Samir trying to do again? Sorry, remind me.
So I'm trying to like quickly raise my glasses up to my forehead so I can see the surroundings properly without any interference, just to see what the actual scale of things is before pulling them back down. Just like a really quick, like less than 3 seconds thing.
I think I think one of the there's a button on the side of on the leg of the spectacles, which I definitely told them about, which was something to help calibrate, but Samir would not have heard, so I would helpfully just reached and then click.
Love that. Okay, so you're able to help. No help from Polly?
I don't see how I'm supposed to help him with A, moving his own glasses up, and B, a stupid idea. It's a bad idea.
You're right. You are absolutely right. But also, I just need to see this.
I'm not. I refuse. I'm not helping him.
I think that's fair and valid. So roll me, please, Steve, 3d6, and you can have one reroll.
4, a 3, and a 3.
Okay, so that is mixed success, look foolish, and anger. Would you like to reroll any of those? You pick one.
Mixed success. Should we risk it? Because if the next roll is less than a 4, we take the highest roll, or do we take the new roll?
No, you gotta always take the new roll, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think we should risk it.
And you only have the one reroll, right?
Exactly.
You just got the one. But you could also reroll look foolish if you want.
Yeah, reroll look foolish. That'd be funny.
And
Fuck it, I rolled a 3d6 again, so I'll just take the first one. I got a 2 on the reroll for look foolish.
Okay.
So that's worse.
I'm so glad. So your mixed success, you're able to either take a condition, a narrative complication, placing the characters in a worse situation, or you can choose to fail. Now, what you've set out to do here is quickly, without being noticed, and hopefully without consequences to yourself, Samir, take a look directly at what is in front of you, not processed by the safety of these glasses. Would you like to fail at that? Would you like there to be a success at that with a narrative complication, placing all the characters in a worse situation? Or would you like to succeed at that and take a condition?
I am going to take a condition because it's very funny to give Samir a migraine.
Okay. Samir,
40 years old.
It's temporary. He'll be fine.
Does take on the physical condition of a migraine. I do want to remind everybody, by the way, watching at home and here at the table, that you can take a moment of rest and care at any time to engage with your conditions. And if you take a moment of rest and care with another player character, you are able to clear a condition. That does not make the condition at a narrative level simply go away. It just means it no longer impedes you. That having been said, you do need to make it make narrative sense, and you are in a very difficult, tense situation, during which time, as
making a migraine no longer impede you takes at least an hour.
A lot of time. I believe it. I mean, I unfortunately suffer a bit from them as well.
Yeah.
But you do have the option to do that when it makes sense. I do want to remind everyone that from a mechanics perspective, you are following a target here, which you all have set to finding the trapped Rocket Club members within this shifting maze-like structure. That does mean that there is a time remaining component to this. This is a high-pressure situation. I have not revealed how many boxes there are. Failures, which you have not failed so far in a roll, lead to a box getting ticked. Significant passage of time lead to a box getting ticked. So does deciding to do something different than your target of finding the Rocket Club members. And if all of the boxes for this high pressure situation are ticked, you trigger a worst case scenario. So with all that having been said,
Yes.
Do you no, go ahead.
It would be too much of a stretch for Rocket Club members to have an emergency tracker option on their phone?
In this story, absolutely not. I think that is fully, I'm not even going to make you roll about it. What you would roll about is whether any of them might be working under these circumstances.
Yeah.
But yeah, that they exist, 100%. Y'all have NASA level technology. You can do Find My Phone, right? Like that's 100%.
You think air tags are cool? Please, brother.
Exactly.
We have space tags.
But do you have space and time tags? Is the question.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Flex,
so we will come back.
Flex, Danny. Right.
We'll come back. We'll roll about that in a second. But to resolve this, the second, Samir, that you lift the glasses, you feel a migraine pierce your brain. You immediately wish that it were darker in here, feel a deep pain, want nothing more than to lay down in silence and darkness until this goes away. You feel hot. It is unpleasant. However, you do succeed in seeing the reality of what is in front of you. And when you see the moment before, and the moment before that, and the moment before that, and this moment, and what might be the next, and the next after that, and the next after that, all at once, in one direction, and then another, and then a third, above you and below you, behind you, without turning your head, you realize they are all showing different versions of what might happen next, while they are showing the same version of what is happening now and what just happened a moment and 2 moments and 3 moments ago. When you look at them, your reflection looks back at you, and the versions of yourself in your future look back toward you too. You draw attention. Your action is noticed by an outside entity in a negative way. You get to decide, not me, what notices you and in what negative way they do. So tell me, Steve, Steve, who or what notices you, Steve, and how do they notice you?
So first I want to clarify, in a negative way, is it negative to me? Is it negative to them? Or what?
So typically it would be negative to you all as player characters. It does not necessarily have to be negative to Samir, but it would be negative to Samir in a broad sense. So either it's specifically negative to Samir, or it is negative to the group, somebody else in the group, somebody that Samir cares about, so that it still is consequential for Samir, even if it is not aimed directly.
It could be something like whoever notices it is pissed off at us, which could impede future help from them, right? Okay, cool. So I want to, when we were building this world, when we were doing questions and stuff, there was a thing about outside forces that are also looking in on us. And one of the answers that I put up was that there is a second alien race that has also been spying on this planet and doing stuff and things. I don't remember if we actually agreed to do that or that was actually agreed upon that that's what we are doing as an answer to stuff. but let me look it up because I don't remember exactly what I had what exactly it was in answer to, but
Sure.
I think it was something along those lines, because I think that's very funny because I have been keeping that in my back pocket for something like this. I can't search for alien because there's fucking 500 aliens that we have put in chat. So outsiders, there it is. Who watches the club carefully from a distance? What do they want? The aliens have been watching our rocketry with a lot of interest. They want to see if we have the intelligence to initiate first contact. These are a different species of aliens from the one who invade our town. That's what I had written for outsiders.
And we just let you get away with that. That's great.
You fuckers didn't read. Whose fault is that? You should have read shit.
I mean, I did. I did.
True.
Skimmed.
I love it. I think that's perfect. So you're saying they're watching this and they are angry with you. They feel that this is not what they hoped from you. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so basically like it's more of like when you're watching your favorite team of the sport that you enjoy, or like the most popular sport play a thing, and then you watch them fumble and you're like, oh my god, what are you doing, you fucking idiots. That is what they are experiencing.
Okay, I love that. I'm going to do something with that before we go to your role, Adi. But before we do that, we still need to resolve your mood, which, if I'm remembering correctly, was anger. Correct?
Yeah. It just fits, yeah.
Is that a question or is that an impulse?
It's a question.
What's the question?
The question is, how is your anger apparent in the way you move? So, basically what has happened is Samir made a stupid decision which angered not just the aliens who were watching from outside, who cannot interfere because reasons that either Danny you can make up or I can make up. It just depends how we want to play it. And it also angers Samir himself because he's given himself a headache and he's pissed off about it. So for the next however bit long, whenever he walks, he's going to walk a little bit more heavier. And when he talks to the others, is going to be vitriol in his voice, even though it's not directed at them, but he's pissed off at himself. And that anger is, he doesn't know how to control it because he's 13 years old. He's still a teenager. He's learning. So, if that makes sense, if that works for everyone.
It works for me. In this moment, you see all of the reflections of you, Samir, stop what they're doing and turn.
Oh no, it's going to be
from every direction around you and stare at you. And you feel as though they're about to walk toward you, and as you do, you instead feel yourself break apart in infinite directions, shooting out toward them. And as you do, you ascend your consciousness into a non-corporeal state, and you find yourself on the set of the Socialist Space Show that you have a pin of on you, the original series of the Socialist Space Show.
The original series of the Socialist Space Show? Samir's not old enough to have watched that.
When Samir was growing up, there were reruns that occasionally came up.
I don't believe this. I think Samir would have watched the Socialist Space Show Discovery and nothing else.
Oh, 100%. Probably a big fan of the Socialist Space Show Discovery, for sure. Maybe Strange New Worlds, but maybe Socialist Space Show Academy, right? Possibly.
Oh, Academy is a good one, actually.
Yeah. But aware enough, at least, of the history of the Socialist Space Show to have these aesthetics in mind, sees a version of First Contact playing out in this episode. It's a classic. Everybody cites it as a very influential moment in the history of this show. And the sets are very cheap. This was made a long time ago. They're very clearly sets. They're falling apart. And Samir, a version of yourself, styled as though you are the First Contact alien species, steps out to you and says, "Why are you being so illogical?"
Okay, first, I'm 13. Give me a little bit leeway, right? I'm allowed to make mistakes and be stupid. And the fact that I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm allowed to make mistakes and be stupid, you should commend that. But sure, let's talk about the illogicality of taking off my glasses to experience a world that I have never experienced before, because I thought it would look pretty and it would be cool to see a new thing. And sure, it fucked me, and not in the fun way. Are we allowed to say that on syndicated television or
you can say whatever you wish here. We have been watching you, Samir, and here you hear yourself in chorus around you, and you realize that you are surrounded by yourself, not just in the form of this First Contact alien, but in the form of every type of alien that exists in the Socialist Space Show, all speaking to you, all variations of yourself at once. And you see
holy shit,
in
there's
that
a Klingon, Samir.
there is. You mean the warlike species, Samir?
The war poets.
Yeah.
The war poets.
Yeah, the war poets. You see in that mass of versions of yourself, the version of yourself that you wish you were, Samir.
Oh no.
And it steps towards you. What do you see when you see the version of yourself that you wish you were?
It just says Kapla.
Fuck, dude. That's an existential question for Steve as well. I don't fuck. Okay. Idealized version of Samir, right? Of Samir, not Steve. Very important distinction. Yeah. Just fuck. Tall. About the same height as he is now, a little bit taller. Built decently. Doesn't have a six pack, but is not like, is not chiseled, but is fit. Can run a 5K without falling over and needing to breathe, stuff. Probably has a decent paying job working at the place that does stuff, but also is connected to the Rocket Club roots and is one of the people who are secretly funding the Rocket Club as former members to ensure the next generation continues doing their Rocket Club fuckery.
Rocket clubbing.
Yes, that, yes.
Rocket clubbing.
Yeah.
Polly, Assis with the bangers, but also Polly with the bangers, right? Like, nonstop. When you see yourself, Samir, as you wish you were, you feel a question in your mind, a mind clear of your migraine for this moment. And that question, Samir, is what is stopping you? What is stopping you from being who you want to be? You are surrounded by versions of yourself. If you look in detail and with purpose through this crowd, you realize it's functionally infinite. There is no limit to the versions of you that can be. The version of you that you see in front of you is the one that you see that is closest to who and how you are now, of the options you are shown. So what is stopping you from being that version of yourself?
What the fuck, Danny? What kind of question is that? Like, how do I even begin to, like, what?
I warned you.
Okay. The only thing stopping Samir from being the true version of himself is Samir himself. It's his own anxiety, his own fears, his own doubt, his own lack of self-confidence, and just if I do become this version of myself, how does it impact the others around me? Will it negatively impact them? And does it mean I have to leave home? Do I have to step away from my friends? Do I have to not focus on social life? Can I have a social life with this level of who I am? And just all of that.
You make eye contact with this version of yourself. Their gaze pulls you in. A question rings in your mind. Why would your happiness hurt those around you? What about being the truest you can be would do anything but bring the people around you more joy? If you're the full you can be, won't that make you better at being the you want to be for and with them?
It's a lot easier to say that than to actually live it, to actually go through that. I don't know. It feels like I'm trying. It's not like I'm not trying here, but there's only so much I can do without it feeling like too much effort for not enough reward or not any reward at all. I don't know if this works out. I don't know if what I'm trying to do will actually pay off in the long run. But I'm still trying. And it's very easy to get disheartened when I don't see results for what I'm trying to do.
You see your own face soften as it looks back at you, seeming to have picked up all of this. You hold a hand out to yourself. This version of you is making an offer, arguably of first contact with who you might become. What do you do?
What does it mean to accept the offer?
You can't know. It's a leap of faith.
Fuck it, we're doing it. I will reach forward and take their hand. It's like a handshake, I guess, and I will accept.
Samir, You are the first being on the planet to make first contact with this alien species. An alien species that will, in ways you cannot know in this moment, unlock a future for the planet that is vaster and greater, deeper and more full of challenge and wonder and adventure than any the planet could have experienced on its own. And in this moment where you take this leap of faith and accept this hand from the version of yourself that you believe you want to be, you, more importantly, for you, take the first concrete risk in your very young life to embrace the unknown in service of becoming the you that you deserve to be. I'm going to call an audible on this, and I'm going to say that when you come back into your mind and your body in this place, this void mall sprawled around you, you are able to see around it without the need of the glasses. And you do not any longer have the migraine that had asserted itself upon you. You are welcome to clear that condition. For you, this has been some time. Hard to gauge exactly how long it has been, given the way that time behaves in this place, and then again when you are speaking with these people you have just met. But for the rest of you, Polly, Amara, it has barely been a moment. Amara, I believe we are about to roll about something. Can you help bring us back to what it is that you are attempting to do?
I was attempting to look at my phone and see if I can't use our tracker emergency protocol to see if I can't, I'm trying to see if these things work so that I can get a Cartesian coordinates for my friends.
Okay. How are you planning on doing that? What trait would you like to invoke?
I think it would be design.
I think that works. Do you feel that you're doing this on your own, or is there room for, if Polly feels like she would, is there room for Polly to help?
Of course.
Polly, what do you think?
No person is an island.
That's fair. What do you think?
How can Polly help is the question. Well, I think Polly uses social media. Polly has phone. Polly uses phone. I think I'll also pull my phone out and just start kind of just double teaming, like you ping half the radars, I'll ping the other half, like stuff like that.
Okay. You will both risk the outcome, but you will gain a reroll on this. Remind me, for design, you have 2 or 1? 2. So you'll have 3 rerolls now. Go ahead and roll whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'm going to use 2 rerolls immediately. Because I got a 4, a 1, and a 6. So I'm going to.
Okay, yeah. So that is crisis for sure.
Yeah. So I'm definitely rerolling the 4 and the 1.
Okay.
Because the last 6 is fine, right?
Yeah.
Is that the crisis?
You, it's love. It's no. So the 4 is a mixed success. So you do have a success. By re-rolling that, you're risking not having a success. in this case, your success would either you choose to fail, you would take a condition with your success, or you'd take a narrative complication with your success, but you would succeed at what you're trying to do. You can re-roll that, but it you have to take whatever the new one is. So if you have a failure or a misfire, it becomes that. My recommendation, that's perfect. My recommendation is you can re-roll one at a time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you also don't know how you could roll 3 ones in a row, maybe, right? Like my suggestion is if you're going to re-roll Crisis, let's re-roll Crisis first, see where that lands, see how many re-rolls you have left, and then you can decide what you want to do about the outcome.
Cool. I'll make my first re-roll. That is a 6.
Hey, that is a full success. Sorry, that is an extra. So you're able to accomplish some small additional action related to what you're trying to do. That leaves you with, you technically have a mixed success already, but
2.
that leaves you
I have 2
rerolls. So
I'm
you want to risk it?
This is the finale of the finale. Yes, I'm going to risk it.
Let's go for it.
All right. So the first reroll for the 4 is a 1. I have one more.
That is a misfire. I want to note before we move on to the final reroll here of this roll, you have a 6 in side effect, you have a 6 in mood, so you have an extra and a love. If you pull off a 6 somehow now, you'll also get a flashback.
1 triple, just 1 triple.
Come on,
triple.
Come on, baby. Oh, big money, no bummies. Fucking let's.
Really?
Seriously? Oh!
6.
That's beautiful.
6.
Go.
Okay.
Oh shit!
All right.
You knocked it over.
Yes. Oh, that is perfect. I love
Oh,
that.
I can't believe that happened.
6, 6,
That's
6.
going to be a clip.
6.
Yeah.
6.
Yes. All right.
Holy
That is a full success. Risking it on the biscuit, right all the way down to the line. You get an extra as your side effect, so you accomplish something small, additional, a small additional action related to what you're trying to do, and you do this with love. You're gonna get a flashback. The flashback needs to relate specifically to what you're doing in some fashion that you determine. It can be very closely related. It could be very tangentially related. It could be very specifically related to an element of it. You do have to tinge it. It is you are receiving it. It is reaching you with love. So first, my question is: love is a question or an impulse for you?
Question.
What is the question?
How is it much more complicated than love?
I think that's where we start, so that we can figure out where the flashback wants to go. You, by the way, in terms of rules for the flashback, are able to bring in other player characters to this flashback if you'd like. You do not have to. You are going to play out this flashback if you would like, as I said, in relation to this moment in a way that you deem reasonable and that makes sense to you and that you're interested in, with love. And if you do that, you get to mark an experience for doing it. First, though, how is this moment, this success, resounding success that I'm going to say very nearly teetered into crisis and very nearly led to a misfire, and at the end came out with stunning levels of success in spite of that? In that experience, how is it more complicated than love, what you feel right now?
I think Amara, especially with a very logical alien species approach to life, has always been confused by love, especially because there is love that her parents have for her, but she's not sure if it's obligation love or love. Love out of duty, or she doesn't understand love. Love is a super complicated thing for Amara Murthy. But love, she has understood, it means comfort, it means safety, and it means a certain level of protection. And when she was having problems with finding that at home, except for Einstein, her dog, who is unconditional love, who is just the most simple creature, and yet at that moment is just the happiest. Yeah. It's complicated because she is aware of that there is no one tail in love. Love is a many splendored thing and a many faceted thing. But what is more complicated is that right now her found family, the people who gave her a first inkling of what love might encompass outside of her family, is in crisis. And I think in that moment, it's just very simple what she has to do. She has to get to them.
I love that. How do you want to resolve the rest of this in order? I've described exactly how I've described the nature of the success. Everything else at this point is up to you. You have this extra bit to your success. You've spoken about the love. We've talked about the nature of the flashback. Take us away.
I think the flashback begins about 2 years ago when she first moved to the town. And I think it would have been, would Samir and Polly have been friends earlier? Would they also did they also meet because of the Rocket Club?
I would say like 2 years ago, Polly would not have been a part of the Rocket Club yet. It's I feel like it's very possible that Polly could have been friends with Samir and joined Rocket Club because of him, but I don't know. Steve, how do you feel? What?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think Samir has been part of Rocket Clubs for a very long time, probably like 5-6 years, if not more.
Oh wow!
And
they let people in that young?
I'm guessing.
So what I will say to make that work, because I like that, is you were like a member of like Rocket Club Junior, right? If you're particularly prolific, you could be identified in this Rocket Club as a likely candidate, and then they can help prepare you for full Rocket Clubness. So you would have only been full Rocket Club members during the course of being in middle school. So that would have started when each of you was 11. But before then, you absolutely could have been Rocket Club adjacent and essentially apprenticing into Rocket Club.
Sounds good. I think.
I think like my idea for the flashback is that the next day, after having gotten those samosas, after protecting her from the bullies, like she met up with you and a friend, and you introduced us to the idea of the Rocket Club. I think that would be fitting.
That sounds good.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, she'd be waiting, kind of nervously, kind of like, fiddling her thumbs and making sure that Ayn is not choking himself in his attempts to get away from me holding the leash.
Oh.
I love that. That's really great.
And she is at the second bank, which is where Samir told her to meet him.
I love that. I think with that, you have fulfilled what you needed to with this flashback. You are able to mark.
Oh, we're not playing out the whole flashback?
You can.
That's what I left it like. Hey, so she's waiting.
My apologies. You absolutely can, as long as you'd like to. But I will say you've already done what you needed to do. You can linger in it as long as you'd like.
No. I mean, we can move past it. I think it's
in the interest of time, I guess we could.
Yeah,
move past
interest
it.
of time.
You don't have to. I don't want to rush you out of it. But I just want you to know that you have already done it, so you can stay as long as you'd like, and then when you are ready, you're able to close it.
Just so that we don't push it too further into like the talk session, right? Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Perhaps there's a lingering want to revisit it left inside of Amara, who is aware that there is a significant pressure of time with regard to her lost friends and what is unfolding around her in this moment. So although the love that she feels, if you agree with this, Adi, may cause her to wish that she could stay in this memory, in this moment that feels more real than she realized until she decided to leave it, more real than memories normally do. She looks down at herself and she wonders, is she seeing the version of herself she is now, or that she was then in this moment? Is she there right now? Can she be? She has a decision to make here. The decision is to stay in this place of love, this moment that she wants to see unfold, that she wants to live in again, a moment wherein she felt possibility, wherein she felt safety, or return to the much more challenging moment from which she came. And I will say genuinely that choice is hers.
Yeah.
What is she going to do?
I think along with all of the, shutting in after images and the animation, flip pages of every action that has been happening in front of us, and the question and the statement of perfection. I think Amara's mind would kind of as she's looking down at the younger Amara, she will remember a an episode of the socialist science fiction show where there was a discussion about perfection and how perfection exists only in a fleeting instance of context. That is the only point where perfection can exist beautifully, because otherwise perfection means stagnation. It means no growth. It means no dynamism. It means death. The only ultimate perfection is the ultimate heat death of the world, of the universe, because that is the only time when entropy would no longer have an effect. So I think in that moment when she is looking down at the kid Amara looks back at the slightly less kid Amara, and she's going to smile up at her and smiling at her friends and at her future. She's just going to look up and do the logical alien hand sign. And I think Amara also just kind of hiccups and smiles and just mutters, live long and prosper. And I will come back to the moment.
I love that. With the experience that you mark for this, where are you at on your experience tracker right now?
3.
For the other two of you, Samir, Polly, where are the two of you at right now so that I know on experience?
I just leveled up, so I'm good. I'm at 0.
Right. You're flat, I figured. Yeah.
I am also at 0, lol.
That makes sense.
Have not gained any since leveling up.
Fair enough. I mean, y'all leveled up like 2 seconds ago, so that's
Hey, Samir leveled up again immediately after leveling up, didn't he? So,
but that was due to timey. That was due to what I will flavor as timey-wimey shenanigans, right? Because there were three owed experience points that got recomped into that. Okay, you rush back into this moment, knowing that you carry that beautiful memory in your mind and your heart, Amara. Finding yourself doing the socialist space shows sign of logic in your body in this moment as well, in a way that you may not have realized you were going to come back to finding yourself having done. You are able to accomplish some small additional action related to what you were initially trying to do here still. So what is it?
I find my friends.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. You do. You find your friends. Now, since this is a small additional action, you find them, but you have not yet reached them. What has happened here is you all have confronted the complexity of this entryway, and you have identified through that confrontation that it is not a force of nature that is pulling everything in ways that you are now realizing not just incidentally but deliberately confusing to you. You have been tangling with one of the triumvirate, a member of the triumvirate who utilizes manipulation of order and chaos, of time and space, of perception and matter, to construct an environment that causes those around them to do, when they are successful, what they want. And they have not been successful today. You have done what you feel that you need to do. You have embraced the versions of yourselves that you have wanted to be when you have been presented with the opportunity to do so. and you have chosen not to be distracted by the things that might send you astray, but to focus on the needs of your community. In so doing, you see a path clarify in front of you, and you encounter another complication. They are suspended, your 5 friends, at the center of a fractal, fully still. You recognize the aura of the coercive calm, but you see that your friends, unlike G, have not given in. What this looks like to you is a field, essentially, around them, causing them to look at the center of this fractal like a set of figurines, still in the plastic casing, held down by the attempts to get in, that are held back by their exposure to singularity in a box. They see you. They cannot move. They cry out. You cannot tell what they try to say. What do you do?
I think Amara would look to the older kids.
Does it look like we could break through to them?
Space is weird here. You can try to move toward them. It's hard to tell how far away they actually are.
No, but
They
like
seem very... Go ahead.
you said, there's like a barrier.
So to clarify that a little bit, it's okay, to clarify it a little bit more, the barrier that I was describing is twofold. One is there is a barrier around them, like there is a barrier around you that is downstream of the time spent with the singularity in a box that causes this signal to not be able to break through and impose the calm upon them in the way that it did on everyone outside, including G, unless they were to do what G did, which is choose to fail that protection, choose to let it come down. They have not made that choice. With that having been said, they are still subject to significant energies attempting to break through that, and those energies are causing them to be suspended mid-air at the center of a fractal. And the other barrier that I mentioned is the force of that trying to break through the barrier protecting them. And the way that your mind is able to try to make sense of what you're looking at is that they look like they're covered in plastic, the way that figurines, toys, are covered in plastic when they're still in the casing, as though they are suspended in figurine cases ready to be sold. You cannot hear them very clearly from within that. There seems to be some kind of sound dampening occurring in relation to that. They simultaneously look very, very far away, and you get the sense that you could reach them quickly if you move toward them in spite of that. And even being very far away, you can see the details of their faces clearly, even though you can't hear what they're trying to cry out.
But like, even if we reach them, then there's something stopping us from like...
Unless you can do something about it, yeah. Now,
Okay,
I will remind you all that you did encounter the signal before in a way that you did gather data on. So you do have that data, and you would be aware that you have that data and could potentially do something with that. But you could also try other things.
I will, Polly will look at Mara and be like, Mara, I feel like, I mean, I'm sure you have some way to do some calculations to get us through this, but do you think just brute forcing a way through this might work?
At this point, I'm not beyond finding that out.
Let's try it. And for the first time in this whole series, Polly will pull out her rocket.
Oh,
She has like the base parts of the glove already on, and she reaches into her pocket and equips the rest of her rocket glove. And she's just gonna be like, I guess we can try to punch through it. And it's like a very weird, like kind of leather glove that's been essentially equipped with like knuckle spikes that are actually rockets, and just like pipes and power wires going around. And she's just gonna like hold her glove up and be like, okay, there's a reason I keep you hidden away. I don't use you because I know you have a tendency to break. Just work for me this time, okay? Just work. Just work for the polypath. Let's do this. And I will try to use my rocket glove to punch through to our comrades.
I love that so much. So are you rolling with impact, or are you going
I
to pitch a
think
different?
this would have to be impact. I don't see any way to justify this as grace. So
and
It's up to you.
I mean, isn't there
I
like
take
a
all
whole
pitches.
thing with the she's beauty, she's grey, she will punch you in the face? Isn't that a thing? I mean, I'm just saying.
I genuinely will take all pitches. If you can describe to me how you try to punch with finesse here, you
No,
are.
I don't
welcome
want to.
Okay.
she's gonna curtsy and then
Polly
she's
to
gonna
just like. I want Polly to just like actually just angry like punch something for once.
I think that's beautiful.
Hell yeah.
I love that. It sounded like I was hearing there might be some help coming with this. Is there?
So what I wanted to do is Samir would Samir have anything to do, or like that he would want to do in this moment?
Yes, Samir is gonna take off the glasses and be like, you can't see me, bitches, because well, it's the other way around, but he can't see everything now because he doesn't need the glasses anymore. And he's gonna tell Polly where exactly to hit, like the weakest point that he can see, because he can see through it better, clearer than the others can.
Hell yeah.
So he's gonna show her where exactly to punch.
And I am going to help Samir by just like there'd be like she's been wearing a little bit of a cloak over her shoulders because there's something on her back. She will just kind of press a button on that sling and click open the things and just throw it at Samir. And essentially that just becomes a bag that kind of grows, and one entire origami metal pipe builds out of a thing, and there is a tuning fork and the end of it. You have the harmonic resonance weapon also, because while these people are going to do that, I think Amara is going to try and disconnect the triumvirate from the people.
Okay. So it's going to be. It sounds like that might be two different actions, though. So not necessarily a help. But I love that. For impact, Paula, you have 0, 1. Beautiful. Well, that's good. So let's roll about it. Let's see.
So
let's
that's
see
2
where
rerolls total?
that would be 2 rerolls because of the help from Samir.
Samir,
right?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also
and I'm giving Samir the sonic Gatling cannon, like so that Samir can do cool shit. But yeah,
I love that. That's very cool.
okay, and I'm gonna have like other quirks and moves also possibly apply.
Yeah. Love that.
That's not good. That's a 2 and a 1 on the outcome, and oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing. And then
that's-
what's the mood, out of curiosity?
Mood is anger, which is fine. We can live with that. We don't need to reroll the mood. That's the least important thing here. I think
So
maybe let's have not a failure and not a crisis. So first thing we'll roll for is the failure again.
Let's go for it. Okay.
That is still a failure.
Now you have a choice to make. Do you try to re-roll the failure, or do you try to re-roll the crisis? Now, to be clear,
a success with the crisis. How would that even?
We get to decide that together. The beautiful thing is, since the crisis is a side effect, is you get to decide, Aziz, how the situation is significantly worse for you and your friends.
Let's go. We're re-rolling the outcome.
Yeah.
We're locked in on the crisis. Hey, it went up to a 3.
Okay, that is unfortunately still a failure.
Failure, crisis, anger. What a combo.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. We know that you failed. That part is clear. The rest of this is up to you. My first question is anger an impulse or a question?
Anger is an impulse.
What is the impulse?
The impulse is push a friend away, though I don't know how I'm going to do that, because currently I'm going to get pushed away because my rocket does have a recoil that knocks me down if I use it.
You could always push a friend away mentally or emotionally, right?
Yeah, but
you don't have to physically. Whatever way makes sense to you. If you choose to embrace it, you'll be able to mark an experience. If you choose to ignore it, you're welcome to. You just
I don't see how Polly would embrace it in this specific situation. So I think I'm gonna not embrace the impulse.
Perfect. Sounds great. So you push past what I would argue is a temptation to get cranky with your friends.
Yeah.
While you attempt this,
I'm just trying to push against a barrier that is kind of not even there. And I think what happens is my I'm trying to so the way that my glove is supposed to work is that once I lock into something, I shoot my rockets and they kind of push something ahead and push me back. And what happens instead is that my rockets just kind of stay where they are, and I get pushed back with double the force instead of just an equal and opposite reaction. I get hit with a double opposite reaction. Yeah. And that's why it failed. So it just sends me zooming back the other way.
All right. So when it sends you zooming back like that, I need you to describe how the situation overall is now significantly worse for you and your friends.
Well, I think the effect of me kind of launching back and essentially I'm assuming hitting through a different sort of weird space-time barrier is that everything around us is now distorting at a much faster rate. It's much less stable. It's much more shifting. The friends who were both near and far at the same time are now wildly shifting between being near and far because everything is kind of just wobbling. Of course you know how if you have ripples in a balloon, how the surface is very stable, but if you hit one side, then the whole thing kind of like a water balloon. I don't know if I'm describing it right, but my point is that it's the membrane around us was weird, but it was like this. Now it's like this.
Yeah.
And so our perceptions are even more broken. And also Polly is a weirder distance away from the other two as well now.
That's fair. All right. We can. I'm going to give you both a chance to react to this if you'd like, and then we will move to what Amara had already stated that Amara wants to do, which I believe was meant to happen simultaneously. So I will say, Amara, you might have audio might have a little bit more limitation in what you could do to react to this, but I will give you the opportunity to pivot or adapt or adjust if you'd like, based on what was just shared. Would you like to do any of that?
I mean, again, with the training of her logical space alien mentor, the needs of the many. But she would kind of just catch Polly flying by and just scream out in panic and just concerned, but would stick on the process of trying to disconnect these fuckers.
And Samir?
I was just helping with the directionality of it, right? Like
You were, and this was a failure, not a misfire. So there's no condition, so you don't share in any of those kinds of consequences. But you are able to take an action now if you'd like.
I think seeing his future self has kind of inspired Samir with some reckless confidence. So he just looks at the others and he's like, it's fine, you guys. I can't die. I've seen the future. I've seen my future. And he's just going to push forward. And he's just going to literally try to reach into this membrane with his hands and split it apart. And just how you tear into bubble wrap or
my
cling
rocket
film.
didn't work. Your hand will work.
Samir is overconfident. What do you want me to say?
I love this so much. This is the order we're going to resolve it in, and I do want to bring us back to the question of targets and time passage. We do have a failed roll that does tick a box against the time remaining on this target. This is also, a very high pressure situation. We are going to resolve this in the order that it was presented, so we're going to go to Amara first, even if these things happen pretty much simultaneously. To be clear, since what you're doing, Amara, is a little bit different than what the group is doing, that does constitute mechanically you doing something separate from just focusing on the target, in which case, regardless of whether you fail or succeed, it is also going to tick a box. If you fail, you will tick 2 boxes, is how I'm going to rule that. Let's see how it goes. How would you, what are you going to roll with? What trait do you think applies here?
I think because speed is a little crucial at this juncture, I think she's going to go with, I don't think she would, I don't think she'd approach it with slow, she's not collected at this point.
Sure.
Polly just went rocketing by. The world has gotten even more fucked up, and Samir is doing some Super Saiyan shit. She's pressed for time.
Perfect. So, what do you have in propulsion?
1.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 3d6. You'll have 1 reroll.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna roll 1 reroll. Come on. Fuck. Okay. So that was a 2, and a 3.
Okay, that is failure, draw attention, and you do it with anger. My first question is, anger is an impulse or a question for you?
Impulse. Take something apart.
Do you think you're going to embrace it? Will that maybe be a different answer depending on how the reroll goes?
Might be a different answer depending on how the reroll goes.
So let's go to the reroll. I'm guessing you're going to probably live with draw attention and you're going to try to reroll the failure. Is that accurate? All right. Whenever you're ready, let's go for it.
Okay. That is a 4. So
okay. That is a mixed success. So let me ask, are you choosing to fail? Are you accepting a narrative complication, placing the characters in a worse situation, or are you going to take a condition?
What is the first option?
So because it's a mixed success, if you're going to succeed, you either have to accept a condition related to what is happening, in which case you will get to determine what the condition is in a way that makes narrative sense, or you accept a narrative complication, placing the characters in a worse situation, and I come up with what that narrative complication is. Or you can not incur either of those consequences, but you choose to fail.
I think I'll take a condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you succeed, you take a condition, you draw attention in a way that I will guide you to come up with. It'll be up to you, not me, what you get, like how that works. And then you, your mood is anger. Your impulse is to take things apart. You do succeed, though. So we can do this in whatever order you want. Everything about this success is yours to define. You set out to do a specific action, you did it. The condition you get is up to you. The attention drawn by an outside entity in a negative way, you get to define what that attention is, who the outside entity is, and what a negative way constitutes. And then you get to decide whether you're going to embrace your impulse to take things apart out of anger or not. What would you like to do?
I think the condition that she has, especially in this, is just indignant fury. Is what she's feeling. I think that is what she'd be feeling right now. That is her condition. So she's
Perfect.
both melancholic and indignantly furious. Okay. The second part was what? Sorry?
You need to determine how, in the course of this mixed success, you draw attention, you're noticed by an outside, your action specifically, is noticed by an outside entity in a negative way. So you get to define how this is noticed by an outside entity in a negative way, who the outside entity is that notices it. It could be somebody established, it could be somebody new, and what a negative way means, right? So you get to fully define that.
I think I would first like to describe my anger, because I think that would kind of play into drawing the attention, especially with the success. It wasn't as smooth as she could have been, because she is indignantly furious with everything that is happening right now. This absolute, boomer mentality of perfection in a world of entropy. And it's messing with her friends, her family, and it has now caused Polly to go rocketing back after she pulled out her rocket rig. And that was something that she helped work on also. So Amara she's screaming as she, using that success, she rips apart the psychic and every other aspect of the connection that the triumvirate has to the people of the town. And because of that, the three eyes of Sauron of the triumvirate just immediately come to Amara, who is, I think, I think that attention, because of her stage, her own internal condition, and because of the oppressive weight of a lot of these things that are happening, I think Amara is a little frozen, and she has, I'm going to give this to you, Danny. She drops her inhaler.
Okay. She drops her inhaler, and I will say that given what happened in the wake of what Polly tried to do, and the way in which that rippling of reality is cascading around you, it is not a simple thing to find and retrieve that inhaler. When it falls into the sky and floats away from you in a direction that would be hard to determine and follow. You see fractals recursively reflecting the components dematerialized, decontextualized, deconstructed of your inhaler, Amara, and this safety blanket that quite literally also provides you with potentially life-saving care seems potentially permanently out of your reach.
Is one of those
You do, Mark.
deconstructions? Is one of those deconstructions big pharma news?
Yes, yes, it is. You do mark an experience for having embraced your mood. Samir, we've come back around to you and your attempt to, in foolhardy fashion, full of overconfidence, having just experienced a moment of life-changing quality for anyone, right? Given that it was first contact, not only with a new species, but with a part of yourself. Let's roll about it. What are you going to do? What kind of trait are you going to use here?
I mean, impact seems like the most obvious one, right? I'm literally
Agreed.
reaching in and ripping it apart, so that requires force and pressure. And
I love that. That's perfect. So how many do you have? And how many rerolls do you have?
I have 3 rerolls, and I will need one of... The first one is a 6, so that's great. The other 2, I got a 2 and a 2. So my 2 is sadness, so I can stick with that. And the other 2 is a misfire, I think? What is it? No.
No. The other 2 is draw attention. So you said it was a 6, a 2, and a 2? Did I hear that right?
Yep.
So you fully succeed, but right now you draw attention. So if you want to re-roll that, you would be able to try to get a better outcome than drawing negative attention.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Go ahead and go for it.
Okay, that's a 3. I'm going to re-roll again because I have it.
I was say that doesn't look
That's
foolish.
A 4.
Yeah. Hey, you look cool now. Doing it. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, you do have 1 reroll left. Do you want to stick with sadness, or do you want to try for a different mood?
I think, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Why not?
Okay.
It's a 2 again.
Let's see where
That's
it lands.
great.
Okay. Well, is sad? That's fate, right? Is sadness a question or an impulse for you?
It is still an impulse. It is fight the tears and lose.
Beautiful. So, are you going to embrace it?
Most likely. I think it depends. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. I will embrace it.
Okay. So you succeed in tearing through this barrier in a way that Polly's rocket rig was not able to. Your hand moves through this barrier with ease. You cut through it in a way that you did not expect, and it is hard for you in this moment to understand, but it seems to me as you move with impact that you're not at the moment overly concerned with how it works so much as that it works. You are able to tear it open.
In that moment, Amara gets angrier because this was not defeated with the power of science, but with the power of Chad. And she gets more indignantly furious. But
I love that. You are tearing this open, Samir, like a child tearing open a set of toys that they want to play with at a holiday. You take off this barrier as though it is a plastic casing and find your friends beneath it like dolls, set for whatever purpose someone else was trying to use them for. Before we get into that, how do you look cool tearing this off?
So it's very much like a scene from the classic anime where just he screams and he's like, it's fine, I've seen my future, I will survive this. And he reaches into the membrane, somehow finds the spot that he had pointed Polly to, not realizing that it was reinforced to prevent any direct assault, but it was not reinforced to prevent fingers just going in and pulling it apart in two pieces, right? Think of that visual however you want to think of it as, that's fine. And he just grabs it and you see like this electricity flowing through the membrane and through him. His hair stands up on end. And it's all, and you see like it's almost like he's covered with this glimmery yellowish light that somehow only focuses on his hair, nowhere else on his body, and it's like shining and pulsating, and he just grabs the membrane and just tears it apart, screaming, and you hear this loud guttural scream that I cannot do because it's 1 a.m. here, and it just breaks it into two pieces, and you see like the seams of Samir's suit on his shoulders start to slightly rip apart, whether it's from the force of how strong he is or it's from the ripple effect of the membrane, you don't know, but it's just in two pieces, and he's screaming and as quickly as it starts,
for 3 episodes.
And it happens to 3 episodes, yes. Keeps cutting back to shots of Amara and Polly just staring, and then it cuts back to Siddiq just standing there.
Again, Polly is not even here. She got knocked God knows how far back.
Flew very far back.
Okay, fair. But it cuts to Amara staring, then it cuts to Polly flying through the air, then it cuts back to Samir pulling it apart, then back to Amara staring, then Polly flying through the air, and it repeats like that. And then it cuts to the aliens watching, somehow cheering on. All of the Samirs are cheering him on.
100%. You had just an infinite chorus of every possible variation of Samir cheering him on in this
There's
moment.
also a Samira. We're just going to leave it at that.
Absolutely.
And just tears it apart. And just as quickly as the yellow light emanated from his body, it just disappears. And there is silence, and then he just falls to his knees and he starts crying. It's just the overwhelming emotions of doing all of this, trying to help his friends, not knowing what happened to Polly. All of that just comes flooding in together, and he just sobs for like a good 30 seconds before standing up to free his friends from whatever else is next.
When you fall to the ground, sobbing, you, without looking up, although you can if you want to, would feel bodies around you coming in to help you know that you're not alone. Do you look up at them?
Yeah.
Through your tears, you see every Samir and Samira surrounding you in a cocoon, an embrace of love, of acceptance of yourself. In this moment,
Immediately
Amara,
after... sorry, go on.
it's okay. In this moment, Amara, you catch a glimpse of that. For the most part, it doesn't seem to be there in a way that you can perceive. but there's a moment where suddenly more your mind than your eyes perceives a presence, a sense of infinite possibility surrounding your crying friend. What do you do?
I think in that moment of possibility, and where I see all of my friends' selves affirming him, I think the only thing that occurs to Amara in that moment is to just let him know that it's not just himself, but his friends that are also on that road. So I think Amara would just kind of try and weave in between the other selves, because she's a respectful child. She's not going to push through them. But she's going to slowly hug Samir from the back.
Samir just grabs onto her arm and he just still sobbing, slowly centers himself and stands up and just, I'm okay, thank you. I think I'm, fuck, what the fuck was that? I'm okay.
You're okay. Also, she will do a small 4 kidney punch. That's because you got to do first contact. Should have been mine.
Fuck, ow. Okay, next time I'll bring you with me, okay? You anger an entity from beyond and piss them off so much that they bring you to them. Sure, yeah, let's do that next time.
And I think Amara just cries, and will just kind of give you a one-arm hug. And I think we should look for Polly. I haven't seen her in a bit.
Speaking of which, Polly, what's going on with you?
I mean, I think Polly would have landed somewhere far away and is now just kind of like very desperately trying to essentially dig through the distortion back to her friends. Just like also kind of just clawing through, like, let me back already. Yeah, I don't know how easy it would be for her to get to them.
I think we can roll about it is the best way to do
shit.
it. So I will say
in this mess.
Yeah, I will say as a reminder, you all have finished the target that you had up, which is trying to break the signal that was holding your friends hostage. Your friends have been released. And actually, due to what Amara did off to the side, it seems that the people outside of this space have been released as well, though you can't know the nature of that release or anything downstream of that at the moment because you don't have any access to that. You do have another target still in play. Your overall plan to plant the item in the ship, for a lack of better terms, core, and trigger a reaction that allows the void to hopefully contract, recede, rather than expand outward as it still threatens.
I mean, we could just plant it anywhere here now, right?
We are in the core. We are in the core, right?
You are. The fractal that they were held up against, you have every reason to believe, is the center point of this. So in theory, if you want to hit the center, you want to get it up to that fractal. But otherwise, yeah, you're welcome.
And then we all just leave.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
I can
you may need to set it off. Yeah. you may need to set it off and then see about what happens then and what it might take to get out and all that business.
Okay, so Amara would have been very precise about it because she's an overthinker and she would have definitely done this. Like she would have taken the amount of time for baby girl to teleport to us and then for us to, like, you know, get in, activate, and get out. Like, how much time would that take by her calculations?
That's a fair question. I don't think that it would. I think the best way to answer that is actually going to be in terms of actions. And I think that under the circumstances, she would understand that this needs to happen very quickly. These forces that are amassed against her do not want to lose, right?
Yeah.
So they are going to try to now release immediately what they have been holding back, having seen that you have made the progress that you have so far. So you're not going to have a lot of options here on what you can do. You're going to have to be very, very focused on how you do it, and it will likely benefit from direct action, meaning placing it in the most effective position will likely be helpful. Placing it or setting it off in a way that is less likely to not work will be helpful. It's possible, even though one of you will need to roll about that. I would imagine possibly Amara. The others could help with that. And then you would have to figure out how you would want to get out. We can decide that depending on how the rolls go. But first, Polly, your action does work on this timeline. You do need to get back to your friends if you want to be a part of this. What would you like to do?
I think since brute forcing did not really work out well for her, Polly is going to try a different tactic, which is take a moment, just take a calm breath, and then try to essentially like weave her way through the distortions. Like, you know, kind of step in time with them, kind of like, you know, like go with the flow essentially as a way to proceed back to where her friends are. And that is how I justify using grace for this.
Honestly, I fully buy it. I know it's it's theoretically a little bit of hustle, but I think it's completely appropriate. I have no questions. So yeah, go ahead and roll. You have 2 in grace, right?
I have to, yes.
Beautiful.
Ooh, okay. That is a 1, a 5, and a 4.
Okay, so you really only got to redo that misfire. You've got, you know,
you really want to redo that misfire. The learn something is great. The hope is fine. Let's do this. That's a 2. That's still not good. One last reroll. Dear Lord, Ice is not happy with me today.
Please.
Wait, other side of the desk. I roll on the other side of the desk.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes!
Hey! All right, that's what you like to see. Okay, so that is a full success. You are able to achieve your objective on this action completely. Before I get into learn something, is hope a question or an impulse for you?
Question.
What is the question?
What sign do you see that things will get better?
All right. You get to determine that, not me. So I would say before you even learn something, unless you want to learn it first, in which case we can do that. What sign do you see?
Okay, I have a very silly idea, which is that like as she starts kind of like essentially dancing her way through this to weave her way into back to her friends, there's like one small pocket of opening that she passes by back to like where they came from, where she just catches the sight of baby girl. And that's her sign that things will get better.
All right. I love that. And when she catches...
Bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we do it here. We do nesting dolls of hustles in this house. When she catches sight of baby girl, she hears in the distance, "Hey, hey, hey, baby,
And yeah.
la vida es una party," which is baby.
And she
the
starts
life-
just like weaving
is a
to the rhythm, like weaving through the distortion through the rhythm.
Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and say that the ripples in the world around her start moving at that same pace.
Hell yeah.
Hey, 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 and help her move along faster. With
No.
grace.
So what you're
Forward.
saying is in this moment, Aziz has, through her character, in that moment, become a Winamp visualization.
That is what I'm saying.
I feel like
That is what
half
I'm
the
saying.
people watching this might be too young to know what that is.
I'm sorry, I might have revealed some of us are a little older.
We might have revealed all of our ages to some extent or
love
the
it.
other.
That's okay.
We're all from before at
Fine.
least a year.
Hey, that is part of our childhood, okay? So don't hold it out against us. I'm telling our
It's true.
viewers. I'm telling our viewers. Like,
Yeah. It is fully fair and valid. Entirely true. All right. So with that in mind, you still get to learn something. So I don't know if you have the questions in front of you. If not, I can give you guidance. Okay. What would you like to learn?
I mean, I guess, okay, we do have baby girl coming, but we need to figure out how to put our device, activate it, and get everyone to baby girl in time, which I don't even know how all of us are going to fit in there. So I guess what is the best escape route?
What is the best escape route is a very good choice. That is actually the perfect choice. So you're able to assess in this moment where you're entering this flow state in perfect communion with the world around you, to the incredibly meditative, transcendent, beautiful rhythms of Bad Bunny, that you want to make sure that this device is placed directly at the center of this fractal. You want to make sure it goes off directly. And you want to escape the second you set it off with the most propulsion possible as a group, all of you in the opposite direction. Because what crystallizes in your mind as you hit this flow state is, Polly, you realize that the second that this goes off, if it works, the entirety of this void maw will collapse back into itself, into a ship singularity. This prism that entered this space, broke into a fractal, and has been expanding, is a tiny mobile Big Bang that will collapse back in on itself and pull you in with it to a reality that is not yours, in which you will be trapped unless or until it is opened again, unless you leave with extreme propulsive force the moment that you set this off. But if you try to set it off remotely, there are too many opportunities for interruption. That is the challenge you and your friends face as you ride the waves. Right back in.
Yeah, I think the moment I slip back in right to where Amara and Samira, now our other friends, also are, I'll just be like, okay, I had a big think on my way over here, and I've realized some stuff, and I just relay all of this information to the team so that we can immediately recalibrate as needed.
Okay, if you can tell me exactly where to place it, I think should be near the center of this fractal pattern. I think.
Yeah, I point
That is,
the exact point that I've been pointed.
and I look around for hey. Do I see?
Yeah, 100% you do. You catch in this moment. It's not going to require a roll. That the undulations of reality around you have synced up to that sound, and you see Polly triumphant in a flow state, returning on the waves of that. You see Samir triumphant, having torn your friends out of their enclosure. They are coming to. Samir is coming out in whatever way feels right to him of this moment of release. And you are left knowing that there's really one thing that you have left to do. What would you like to do?
I will take the harmony resonance harmony thing that I'd said. I can't even think right now. I grab it from Samir and I will activate my jetpack drones, fly up to that position, place it, and then I'm just going to keep the door open and wait until these two get in. And as they have the thing open, I am. You know what? I am. I'm actually going to. If you would permit me to just take a little bit of grace, I will place it, and I will start diving back to the door. And in the one cool moment of Amara's life that she feels that she's being cool, she will take the Star Trek, socialist sci-fi comm badge, and she will chuck it at the activation button.
I love that so much. Is she doing this with grace? Is she doing this with propulsion?
I think this would be by design, because this is designed to be cool as fuck.
Okay, I will say that her being a genius and having thought all of this through, I will accept design. Is anybody doing anything to help with this?
I think I'm gonna help in less of a active help and more of a ensuring the field is clear for her to do her thing. Basically grabbing all of the other people and stuffing them into the car. Because we only need to be in the car for 5 seconds, and I think Baby Girl can handle 8 people for 5 seconds. It's going to be a tight fit. It's going to be difficult, but we'll figure it out. And just everyone I'm guessing the others are still unconscious, so I'm going to put them in first, and then I'm going to make sure Polly is in the thing. Also, the car has a field around it, right? It's not just the car that pops out. That's
correct.
I'm going to open the driver's seat, even though there is no driver for the driver's seat, and I'm going to stand on it and lean forward so my body is over the car. So there's it's 5 seconds. We'll manage 5 seconds of uncomfortableness to get out of here. So that's basically how I'm helping in that sense. Yeah.
Beautiful. And you already have 2 in design, right? So that takes you to 3 rerolls. Amar?
3.
Beautiful. All right. So go ahead and roll about it.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Not fucking bad at all, yo.
Okay.
So that's a 6, a 2, and a 5.
Okay, so 6 is a success, 2 is draw attention, 5 is thrill. Would you like to try to reroll draw attention? You do have 3 rerolls available to you.
You know what? I'm not going to do any rerolls because as she kind of gets back to her friends, she just she yells out and just there's no words. Usually Amara is a girl of words. There's no words. There's just sheer jubilation and also thrill in that the last thing that she does to before the door closes is that her like double finger for the first time in her probably none of you have seen her do something so vulgar. But and that is what catches attention.
That's beautiful. And it catches attention of the entities that the triumvirate that has come here. Is that whose attention it catches?
Yeah.
Cool. So
distracting them from the fucking bomb.
I love that. So the thrill is your mood. Is that an impulse or a question?
What does your excitement feel like? So I described my excitement.
Beautiful. Done and done. You are able to fully succeed. As this is such a big success, I would actually love for all of you to describe how you succeed. I want to be clear. You are going to need to roll at the end of this to escape separately. So
separately?
You throw this separately.
Oh.
Not individually. Not individually.
Oh.
You are all, because you're in the car, otherwise you might have to individually, right? But baby girl lets this be something you do together. But you do need to get out of there. Right? So that you aren't pulled back.
So what does that mean? There are 3 dice. We're each rolling 1 dice?
No. It's since there isn't a group roll, what I can do, if we want, is we can make it rocket surgery. And it can have to do with the way that you did rocket surgery before, modifying baby girl. It depends on how you want to get out of there too, right? Like at the level of fiction, are you going to try to use the singularity in a box to blip out? Are you going to try to just propulsively get out of there? Is there another solution you want? That may change it. But if you want to roll together, we can do it through rocket surgery. If not, one of you, whoever is the primary using the singularity box, driving baby girl, whatever else, would be the one to roll, and the others could help if you want, as long as it makes narrative sense. But first, really, I want to give this moment its due. Amara, describe the success in its fullness, not just your feeling. Tell me what happens when this item that means so much to you meets this trigger and causes this collapse.
When the chosen heraldry and logo of the utopian society in the socialist science fiction show facilitates the end of the ending before even the beginning of what would have been at the end of the day a dictatorial and tyrannical theft of agency. There is a simple there is, first of all, there is a click and a small little voice clip of a very famous character from the show damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor. I don't make torpedoes. And then there is just and there is should look like an explosion, but it's not. It's just it's a cessation of every wave. There is no like wave particle, blah, blah, nothing. There is just absolute and complete dissonance that causes a compounding wave that builds with its own harmonic amplitude, rippling and unfolding the dimensions around it.
And as it does, you are able to live in the comfort of knowing that alongside this collapse back in that you have triggered, the cellular necrosis that you intended to have impact the plant mimics is doing its work as well. Although you cannot yet see it, you already are comfortable in the understanding that you have shattered the impossible geometry of the void maw like glass, and you have found a way to more permanently free the people of the town. If the worst were to come that is left ahead of you and you are trapped in here with the people who have come to take over the planet, you know at the very least that they are protected by what you have done. Before
Mr. Spock would be proud.
Mr. Spock would be proud. Before we determine your escape, Samir, you had a side project going. One that was meant to make use of the floating farmers market to put a protective shell around the world. In this instant, the same instant where you all get away or you don't, this collapse of this little mobile Big Bang will also cause it to shoot up out of the atmosphere toward the stars, past where this barrier would be. I'd like to resolve that first before the escape, so that we know if this barrier is up. How would you like to handle that?
Okay, so I think it's a very last minute thing, in the sense that I have dragged everybody into the car, myself hanging off the front door, and I see Amara throw the badge, and that's when it hits me. Oh shit, I forgot. And reach into my pocket and just also, so the thing, the circle is going to take everything else with it when it goes up, right?
Yes.
Which means I don't need to throw my doodad into the circle. I can just leave it on the ground. Can I not?
That is correct. I believe that is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use it as essentially, if I'm understanding you correctly, you can use what is already occurring as a de facto delivery device along the way.
Okay. So basically all I have to do is throw it clear of baby girl's range, so we don't accidentally teleport it with us and get yoinked into space.
Right. Indeed.
Okay. So panic mode activated. I remove the item from my pocket, and I'm trying to think how to best make this work. I think I'm going to get the attention of the voices and just be like, we reject your cure, we reject your presence, we do not need you here. The Rocket Club is cure enough. Your pathetic attempt to conquer us by pretending to be our saviors has put you on notice. And the next time you try something stupid like this, remember, this planet is protected. And I'm going to throw the item up into the air as far as it goes. And yeah, that's how I do that. I think that makes sense to me.
I love that. We are going to roll about it. What do you feel is the trait most associated with what you just said?
I mean, if I am throwing it, I think impact makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. So go ahead and roll with impact.
Okay. I have a... Okay, never mind. Ignore that.
No, go for it. Oh, hold on, Polly.
Polly would like to help.
Yeah, let's do that. How does Polly want to help?
Polly would like to start filming this. Like, as soon as she realizes that Samir is making like a big speech, she will start filming it. And she wants to essentially gas him up and just be like, remind me, Steve, what was the arcade game Samir was playing back in episode 1?
It was just the game. No, it was Mario Kart, right? Yeah.
Oh.
So you were playing the game.
The game.
Okay, yeah, the racing game.
The racing game.
Polly will just start filming like in the middle of when she realizes Samir's giving like motivational words, like epic, like, you know, slay the house down kind of speech. She's like, "Go Samir, high score in the racing game, and now high score in kicking alien ass." Just to like gas him up.
I
don't
think
know if my phone's even working.
I think Amara would also like to help. And I think Amara does is like, you know, I think she's probably like vaguely upside down, like with all of the people. She's the last in the baby girl, right? So she's in the most awkward position. But her hand comes out and kind of like, you know, pats Samir wherever is available and would just say, Captain Kirk would be proud.
I love that. That's very good. So I believe that puts you at a max of rerolls, because max you can have is 3 rerolls. So
I already have 3. So
ready,
then I already have 3. So I'm not going to take the help from these 2 then, because why unnecessarily put them at risk, right? In case it fails.
Well, but I will say they did offer it, right?
Yeah.
But if I already have 3 rolls, it's not giving me any benefit, right?
Not mechanically, but
it's the power of friendship. What the hell?
Yeah. I'll tell you this. If you find yourselves at the end of those 3 rerolls that you already started with in a tough spot, I'm going to give you a goodie. I'm going to give you an option for something based in the power of friendship. Does that sound good?
Holy shit. Okay, yeah. That works.
All right. Beautiful.
Let's go.
All right. So let's I love that choice. Thank you so much. Let's roll about it. Let's see what you got.
A 1, a 4, and a 5. That's
okay. So that is a misfire, but you look cool, and it's with thrill. So I'm guessing you want to re-roll the misfire. Yeah.
That's a 3.
Okay,
for the misfire, it turns to a 3. That's still a mixed failure, right?
Full failure.
Full failure. Okay. I'm going to try again.
Yeah.
That's a 1. Fuck.
One more.
Yeah. That's a 2.
That's still a failure. So this is what I'm going to say. You would fail, possibly catastrophically, in this moment, in a way that would provide your adversaries with the power of the item you are trying to use to protect this place. The intervention of your friends, as described already, together with the support that comes from those with whom you made first contact causes you to experience a freezing of time, a reversal, maybe. You see in this moment as everything around you collapses toward the spot wherein you may feel yourself pulled as well. You see so many versions of yourself. You see yourself just as you are right now. You see an echo of who you can be. I'm going to let you roll 2d6 at once here. They are both of your rerolls together, and we're going to treat them as though they have advantage. So whichever is the more advantageous of these two outcomes will be what determines what happens next. Please roll me 2d6.
Fuck. Okay, that's a 2 and a 5.
Let's go.
Out of the
let's go.
jaws of defeat, you make a choice. You make a choice to not be the version of yourself that would succumb to despair. You make a choice to say no. That's not what's happening today. And you fully succeed in setting this up so that you can turn with full confidence now, knowing that due to your grit and determination and perseverance, this planet, no matter what happens next, will not be reachable by these people. This triumvirate will not be welcome in again unless they are invited. Now you
closed, bitches.
You look really cool doing this, and you do this with thrill. Thrill is an impulse for you, if I'm remembering correctly. Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you embracing that impulse?
Sure, why not? It's do something completely unexpected.
Okay. So tell me what you do that's unexpected and how you look cool doing it.
Yeah, that's not.
It's not unexpected anymore. I've already done it once, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
If you take your pants off, no motherfucker. Bloody can't beggar.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. I can't think of anything that would be like unexpected in the moment. All I'm thinking of is just it's just going to. It doesn't work.
Come out. Just come out to someone.
What?
When in doubt, you come out.
That's perfect.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, sure. Samir, as he finishes the sentence, he's just like, Earth is this land is protected, and he looks at the others and he's like, I think I might like both boys and girls.
Hell yeah.
I love that so much. You do that. You look fly as hell doing that. Y'all are ready to book it out of here. Do you want to do this as rocket surgery? Do you want to have somebody take the lead? How do you plan to get out of here?
Rocket surgery.
Are you going to be using the singularity to try to blip out?
Yeah.
All right. So, rocket surgery, everybody, for what is most likely the last major role of this entire campaign. You all have had rocket surgery before. You are going to engage the blueprint. So let's open it up. You're going to decide how you're going to use this item in conjunction with Baby Girl. You've already built in a way for it to function. Let's just say you're going to make it a little bit faster now, right? To justify the use of rocket surgery. That's just one cool thing on what does it do that is flat on rerolls. Do you want to add any additional cool things or incredible things that it can do that would potentially give a -1 or a -2 to the number of rerolls that you have.
No, I don't. I would say no additional things at
I
this.
mean, there's no need to, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Strictly, there's no need to. We're in the home stretch.
But is
Why
that
complicate it?
But is that the mature adult thing to do, or is that?
It's the mature adult thing to do.
And you do want to act your age, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Are we at 0 right now, or are we at -1?
You're at 0.
plus-
So you're
you're at
starting at 0 simply because you get one cool thing for free, basically. And the one cool thing I'm suggesting here, if it works for you, is you're just making sure it works a little faster, right, than it already did.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
you know that
makes sense,
you're,
makes sense.
you now could get a -1 for each additional cool thing, but it would be kind of limited in scope like that. Or you could get a -2 on your rerolls for each incredible thing, which examples in the book are invisibility, anti-gravity, disintegration. So if you want to do something real big, each one of those big things are a -2. Go ahead.
I have a suggestion, and obviously, like, since this is Steve's vehicle, he has the thing to veto this suggestion entirely. What if we made it so that when we activate it, Baby Girl also becomes suddenly just kind of warps its size and becomes big enough to accommodate all of us?
I love that. What do you think? What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know what they say about dudes with big cars.
No, we're teenagers.
It becomes a party bus, is what it is. So now you have a Knight Rider,
Knight Rider Bad Bunny party bus.
Bad
Knight
Bunny
Rider
party
Bad
bus.
Bunny space-time traveling party bus.
That's as one does in middle school, right? So that's a negative.
I mean, we are going to be so popular in high school, like
100%.
I need to
If
see
this
if we
is what
can
you
somehow
get at
legally
the
source the Night Rider music to play at this point during the stream.
I love that, but it has to be a Knight Rider music covered by Bad Bunny. All right, so
I'm sure someone's
what is
done a
it
mashup on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm sure. What is it made of? So you have mostly scavenged scraps, regular Rocket Club supplies, mostly high quality materials, which are most of the materials that you have, or some alien technology, which can be in addition to one of the previous options.
There is literally alien technology lying around everywhere, right? We're going to use the membrane to do some shit. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. And you could also use some high quality materials because pretty much everything you have on hand is that you're very well funded. So you get a +3 from that against the -2 from before. So you're at a +1 right now. Who's making it? It's 3 or more club members. Yeah. No extra help from capable non-player characters right now because they're unconscious. But you get a +1 there. Yeah. Well, Baby Girl could help if you want Baby Girl to help. You just got to describe to me how that's going down.
That's too much work.
Okay. So you get a +1 from that. So you're go ahead.
I mean, we are trying to create a symphony of action, and Baby Girl can be the conductor giving the tempo.
Hey. That gets you to a +2 off of this, so that gets you to a +3 overall, which is good because under how long it will take, I'm pretty sure you got to do we need it now, no time to waste. So that's -1, so you're back down to 2. You can get more rerolls if you want to put any drawbacks in here. A major flaw can be that it can only be used once. You could add an additional major flaw or a dangerous defect.
I think it's fine, right?
But we at this point, this is the last roll. This can be a one-time thing. We can fix shit afterwards.
Okay, fine, a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So that brings you to 3 rerolls. Now, who is going to roll on behalf of the group? Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. Each of you is going to roll 1d6. so that everybody gets to do this with the power of friendship.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
And you're each going to get one reroll that you can
I am
use.
not doing mood. I'm not doing outcome. Outcome is bad for me.
That's fine.
Okay.
Who wants outcome?
I'll do outcome.
Okay. So who wants side effect?
I'm happy to do it. What do you think, Steve? Mood or side effect?
I'll do mood. Yeah.
Hell yeah, side effect.
All right. Okay, so everybody roll your d6. Let me know when you're ready. Once you have the result. Okay. What did we get for outcome?
I rolled a 6, babe.
Yeah. All right. What did we get for side effect?
1 crisis.
And what did we get for mood?
5.
Okay, that's
Which
good
one's
stuff.
Okay,
5
cool.
is thrill.
Hell yeah.
Thrill. So we got a 6 and a 5. Let's focus in on that side effect. You have 3 rerolls available. Let's see
Okay.
where it lands.
That's a 4. That's.
That you look cool.
I think
Do you
we
wanna
just
push
leave
it?
it at that. I think
That's
we just
the
leave
best.
it at that. Yeah,
That's
let's
the
leave it
best.
at
Alright.
That's the best.
That's the best.
All right.
You don't
You
look cool.
fully succeed in quickly.
I mean,
hey,
and we're doing this TikTok live also, right?
you are live. You are live.
I don't
And
know if we have
as you're
pictures, but we're
live,
live.
you activate through the power of friendship. You activate the wormhole using the singularity in a box. And you see the wormhole itself is dancing to the beat, undulating, hitting a flow state with all of you. The party bus is banging. It's fully expanded. All of you look as cool as you have ever looked in your lives, and you each are feeling a thrill. Adi, Amara, thrill is an impulse or a question?
Thrill is a question.
What's the question?
What does my excitement feel like?
Hold that for a second. Assis, Polly, thrill is?
Thrill is an impulse.
What's the impulse?
Wait, I'm confused.
It's okay.
Oh, right, we get to. No, wait.
Yeah.
Why am I thrill and my fear both? Wait a second.
It's
I
okay.
did
No worries.
something wrong.
Don't worry about it. I can come back while you sort that out. Steve, Samir, thrill is an impulse
I got
or
it.
a question?
It's an impulse. Do something unexpected.
That's what I thought.
Again.
All right.
I did
Hold
figure
that
out what
for a
happened.
second. What happened?
When I got that minor advance from the last time Samir level up, I exchanged my thrill. That's why it looks so how it does. So
I
it is
love
an
that.
impulse. It's a good impulse.
Beautiful. Are you going to embrace your impulse?
My impulse is to put out something important in film instead. So absolutely.
Love that. You are fully feeling it in this moment. You are filming. You are getting more views than you ever have because the people of the planet are tuning in to see what honestly in the history of this planet might be the most consequential moment to have unfolded to date. And you're capturing it live. Samir, what do you do that's unexpected?
Fuck. There is no more coming out left.
Man's run out of unexpected things.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a first for me.
How do you keep rolling thrill?
I don't know what to tell you. the dice, they do be
You know what?
doing.
I'll let you percolate a little bit. I'm gonna come back. Amara, how do you answer your question?
Socialist sci-fi movie is a huge part of Amara's life, and at the end of socialist sci-fi movie 4, when they had gotten the probe to talk to the whales, and everything was saved.
Yeah.
The crew had gotten down on that. Their ship had crashed into the water, and they climbed out of the ship, and they were all of the humans were laughing and were, being humans. But Amara was very surprised in that moment, because even the ever so logical Mr. Spock was laughing in that moment. And she thought that was odd, but she understands that now because she is laughing.
I love that. And Samir?
In the last moment before the teleport happens, Samir is going to jump out of the car, grab a piece of the alien ship, which the piece of the membrane basically, and he's going to bring it back as a souvenir and also as a thing to study for the future, to see how to understand and how to potentially use this as a defense mechanism, or if somebody sneaks into the rocket club, how do we put them in a timeout? That's basically it.
I love that. That is super cool. You all are able to tell me a little bit about how cool you look if you'd like. You make your way out. Is there anything you'd like to spotlight in this moment before you have escaped?
I think, I don't know. As opposed to the succession of anxious faces that were going over Amara Murthy's face for a while. At this point, she just looks content, she looks happy, and she looks like a kid should.
Love that. You blip out of existence in this spot as it collapses into itself, shoots out into the stars, never to be allowed back onto this planet again unless it is invited. You are reconstituted where? Where did you set the wormhole to go? Was it right outside? Back at the bunker? All right.
Yeah.
Too many people.
It's the most familiar space. Like it would be right. Yeah.
You land back at the bunker and all is quiet. You find it as you left it, not bothered by anyone in the time away. In the immediate aftermath of this moment, you are alone. Soon thereafter, in a time that you have not yet reached, you will find the planet changed. Not by impossible geometry that is all gone, everything is restored, but by the knowledge of what has occurred, by what everyone who embraced this in this moment as an opportunity to learn from it is able to then build together. And by the relationship that Samir has already begun to forge with a galactic society that will open doors to the planet that you never even dreamed existed. But that is in the future of your characters. You have one final quiet moment as your bodies hurt, as your friends recover, as you are in your rocket club, alone. What would you like to do in this last moment together before the world rushes at you in ways that will change each of you forever?
Selfie.
Love that.
Yeah, I think the first selfie is just the three conscious members, like, you know, posing around the unconscious members, like.
Wait,
I
so Samir draws a dick on someone's face, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
yes,
great.
after that, we will get them to the infirmary. Just to wait.
Yeah, Bob 42 is able to help also. You know, you do have some supplies where you are.
What does that judgmental old prick have to say about us now?
I suppose what you did today was satisfactory. It is a nice surprise to not be disappointed.
My God, Bob, you would be an amazing Indian parent. I'm just telling you.
All right. Anything else that any of you would like to have in a final moment before the world takes over?
I think, Amara would go up to walk, like, you know, after having patted Samir on the back. I think Amara would have gone over to Polly and then just like, just especially after all of the selfies and all of that, and then, you know, camaraderie. I think she suddenly just goes shy and, Polly, so a lot of things have happened. I realized that I think I was crushing on Siddiq because I thought it was important for people to have crushes, and I think I was trying to be normal, but that's boring. That I really should not have. And I don't know how I feel about intimacy or relationships, but I think I've understood a little more about love, and I have a proposal for a social interaction experiment based on observation. Could I tell you this proposal?
Sure. An experiment.
Yes, I've thought it would be good to observe.
Go on.
Can I hug you?
Yes, silly, you can hug me. And I will just like pick up like Amara and like a big hug.
She goes like, you know, slightly red, and I think she kind of not freezes. She just kind of holds there, is held for a second, and then just kind of relaxes into it and just kind of sighs. And I think yeah, just hugs.
For the first time in his life, Samir is the one filming. He's not live, he's just recording. And the last thing you hear as we cut to black is, "Ha! Gay!"
You just came out. What do you mean?
And that, dear friends, has been a Fractured Sky, a Rocket Club adventure here at Pantsless Tables. I don't want to leave. Y'all made me fall in love with these characters in this world so much. I just want to play in here with y'all forever. I want more Rocket Club. If you want more Rocket Club, get in the comments and tell Steve we should do more of this. You should like and subscribe if you haven't done that stuff yet. You should watch everything else on Pantsless Table because the stuff that everybody here does is brilliant and lovely and wonderful. You should connect up with this community, join the Discord, follow on socials, do everything. I love this place. All of you, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful that I get to tell stories with each of you, that I got to tell this story with each of you. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much for that. This is part of a larger project, everyone watching at home. To remind you, it is Rocket Club, a multi-stage anthology. It involves this channel. It also involves Pocket Dragon Pub, Nerds with Dice, and Streaming Rainbow. It is supported by Evil Hat and by M. Hubbard, the creator and writer of this game. It is happening during open playtesting for this game. So please go ahead and go on the website for Evil Hat. Check out Rocket Club there. Sign up if you'd like. You can get the whole 172-page PDF and supporting materials for free. All that they ask in return, all that I ask in return, is please give whatever feedback you have so that this already wonderful game can be even better. We're really excited for the future of it. I'm really excited to get to play with all of you again, and I'd love to hear about what you have coming up. So I'm going to kick it first over to Assis.
My earphones are dead again, so excuse my audio. It's how life is. Hello, I am Assis. My pronouns are she, her. I have been polyamory, whose pronouns are also she, her. I am not a TikTok influencer in real life, but I do play TTRPGs online with people and have fun and do things. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Lesbianing. You can find me here at Pantsless Tables doing all sorts of things. By the time this is out, hopefully the unskippable cutscene will be back airing, and so you can check that out. It's a video game talk show I do with my friend Dan. I will have been on a couple of episodes recently of Anything Could Happen, which is an improvised sci-fi situation show. So check that out. There's things and stuff happening. I have a YouTube channel now, also at Lesbianing. I am going to slowly start putting stuff out there, so check that out.
I love that. And popcorn it, please, to the next person.
Adi.
Hello, people of the internet. I have been Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him pronouns because he, him's a little boring and I prefer being Fab first. I played Amara Murthy, who was she, her, and she was an adorable little munchkin, and I really enjoyed playing the little nerd. And being at this table with Danny as the student counselor, or at least in this version of the game. Mm-hmm. He was our student counselor. You can find me at AdiMK on Blue Sky and YouTube. You can also find me on Many Face Plays on YouTube and maybe on Twitch also at some point. At least we'll put up the recordings. I do a lot of things on the internet. It is a joy to be on a lot of tables with a lot of amazing people, and I will be at future tables with all of these people very soon. I think the thing. Wait, I don't know. Oh, wait, I don't know if I can talk about it. Hush, hush, shh. Pantsless table stuff. But it's so exciting. But I mean, I'm just going to plug Baghdad by Night, which we have started. I'm not going to lie. We haven't even done one official session, but we've had 4 3-hour plus RP sessions already. Right. Anyway, Steve, take it away, baby.
Hello, hi, I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Vance. I run Pantsless Tables and other related things. You can find me here on Twitch at Pantsless Tables or under Sassy Pants. No, 1996, I dropped that because I'm not old anymore. Or on Blue Sky or on or Instagram or YouTube, just doing the with stuff and things. There's a bunch of cool stuff happening at Pantsless Tables. We currently have a volunteer interest form open for Pantsless Pride 2026. Basically, checking to see if the community would like to help us with overlays and graphics and editing and other cool things. For what?
Might not be up by the time this airs, might be done by the time
Yeah,
this airs.
probably, but it's still a thing. We have 2 new shows coming out. We're doing a Summer of Zombies for May and June 2026. 2 games. One is called After That, which is a hack of Overgrown 2E, which is a hack of Critcore, which is DM'd by Ben Newborn. The second game is The Way We Were, which is a zombies, The Walking Dead, specifically set in the French Riviera, DM'd by Mike. Details for that will come out soon. We're also doing a third secret thing, which is Aman is DMing a new show also in May and June. It's for Monsters 8 My Homework, which is Aman's new indie TTRPG that's going to be published soon, which is really fucking cool. And of course, we've got Pantsless Pride, which is not just a 2-day affair anymore. We're doing all of June because I hate myself, apparently. 68 hours of programming for Pride and for charity. It's going to include 7 original one-shots, and the rest of it is going to be populated by our regularly running shows, which are going to take over basically all weekends and Tuesdays in June. Yeah, we will see you there for that. That's all from me. This was so much fun. I had so much fun with this. When Danny first showed up in my DMs, okay, that's a weird way to say it, but when Danny first DM'd me saying, hey, let's do this thing, I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. And I am really glad that we agreed to do it. And the turnaround on this was also like a couple of weeks, which is very rare for usual stuff that I do. So I was very proud of the way that we pulled that off. Luckily, we had support from Evil Hat for overlays and everything, so we didn't really have to do a lot of it. And the cast was already planned out in advance. So maybe that's how we do it. Next time we start a new show, we select the cast before we even plan the show. And I think that's the way. Yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking because otherwise we're gonna keep talking. And Danny,
I'm Danny. He, him, Danny R. Mendoza, all over the internet. So you can find me. Blue Sky's a good place. As under Danny R. Mendoza. I am here as much as the fine folks here allow me to be here. So you're going to see me in some of the stuff that's coming up, which I'm very excited about. I'm also team member over at Streaming Rainbow, where you can see me running and playing in a bunch of different games. I'm a regular over at Nerds with Dice and at Pocket Dragon Pub. You can see me in ongoing shows over there. I'm in Fields of the Dead right now by the time this is up, and in the Morgan Society, which is a Vesson game. Fields of the Dead is a Walking Dead game over at Pocket Dragon Pub, over at Nerds with Dice. At Pocket Dragon Pub, you can see me right now in a Good Society game called The Secret Ways of Love and Magic. I also have a bunch of charity games on various channels, including the ones that I've mentioned. And if it's okay that I mention, Adi, maybe? On Many Face Plays, we're going to have some charity games coming up there too, working with Charity TTRPGs, Just the Humans outfit, to raise money for Trans Lifeline. Now in April, some of that stuff would have gone up already. You can watch the VOD. You can still donate if you'd like. And to benefit Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid in May. So you can check all that stuff out and a bunch of other stuff. I'm in Baghdad by Night. I hang out over at Manyface Plays all the time, doing as many things there as I can. So you'll see me all over there, hopefully. And yeah, thank you so much for coming again. We hope to see you soon, and have a great night.